Good morning, sailing fans. So I haven't done this in a while here, but we finally got the technology figured out so we can start watching our replays again. So this is last Thursday as a fun race. It's always fun to start with a fun race as well. Like I say, it was a lot of fun on there. But let's get going here. The technology works. All right, so here we are at the start. Give you a little zoom out so everyone remembers where we were on the lake. Here we go. So in the bay, starting over here. And we had worked out that we were going to do, oops. Yeah, hello. All right. Clearly it's been a while here. Nope, that's not the way I want it. That's upside down. All right. Sorry, guys. Come on. All right. Let's do it this way. There. That looks better. All right. So here we go. We're going at 8 times speed, by the way. So we decided we're going to do that second row start. Remember, the starts and race cues are never exactly right. It's kind of horseshoes in the hand grenade situation. We were at that second row, and we decided we wanted to go right immediately, which isn't too bad. But as you can see here, we're getting headed a little bit, and that's where I was complaining about the leaders came out ahead, and yeah, a lot of them were running Genoas as full Genoas, as Janelle pointed out, and that's very right. But they did pick up that wind shift there. Now it's coming back. It's a pretty neutral course now. Yeah, we attacked a little early initially, but with that header, it would have been worse. So coming back to center. But for our pack, for the second group, Lickety, 50, all that, we were definitely the leader on that. And we came in, we're right ahead of Rocket, and they finished very well. Hit the downwind. You notice the wind's gone over to 299 there. Our downwinds are good. When we get to the end here, I'll compare stats with like consensus and that. Downwinds have always been our strength, and you'll see that here. We're following consensus line pretty much, and they don't get anything. Look at that, 115 meters, 114 meters. That's they don't get anything on us there. Around the mark, we went around the gate. So here's where it is that wind, 299. So watch that number. It's going to come back. So again, course is pretty new, is slightly right favored. So we're going to have a slight advantage for a second here, but you're going to see. Actually, I forgot we went left on that, and the wind is slightly right favored the whole time. We're going to basically follow consensus. But yeah, you can see the wind going right. Now it's helping us. Now we're sailing into a header. And, you can see Lickety here. They're going to be ahead of us. Rocket's ahead of us. We weren't as quick as consensus, so we didn't stay the buddy. But I mean, they gained a monster amount on Rocket on consensus on that upwind. So we were out of phase, that one. Definitely. You can see again, still the wind's at 312. So here we got Lickety well ahead of us. Now the wind's shifting back. Can't remember why we went wide. I think there was something going on with another boat that's not on race cues there. So you can see our track, we're way wide compared to like a consensus here. And actually, I was going to do the stats later, but if we go and look at the stats here, you can see on that one, they beat us by 30 seconds in that downwind leg. Distance a little different. Sail a little faster. So, all right, let's keep watching here. Again, looking pretty good, just holding steady. We hold our own in downwinds most of the time. You watch see the wind back at 312. Now here's where we had that Fubard spinnaker. It was wrapped around a bit dealing with that. So we had the pretty long and not exactly the right angle heading out here to the right. And you can also see here, we're going into a header. So look at consensus. They put 50 meters on us from the rounding. We're over here and they're nearly at the mark. So that was the big thing, is catching those wind shifts. But once we tack over, we're going to be in decent shape. Except that we're sitting underneath Lickety. And the wind shifted even more. So now this is the favored, but I'm going to back up a little bit here, just an example. So something we got to be thinking about is when we see the really favored over on this side course, there's a shorter hitch, so we probably need to be tacking here. The trick is staying centered so you're not way over on this side and still have maybe the wind shift more. Nice tight rounding here. Nice downwind. Look, we're just going to basically right on Lickety's number. Or not Lickety, consensus. Wow, wind's up over to... I forgot I have a pen here. I forgot the wind's at 323 now. Cool. Got a pen. Except it doesn't go away, does it? Oh, no, they're just like that. Cool. Sorry, guys. So you're looking at the stats on that downwind. Wow. So leg 6. You guys saw that here. Look at that. Only 2 seconds different than consensus for that downwind. So we were tight. Let's tight rounding here, and here's where we decided we were going to go left. Eventually. This was definitely our best upwind. And I'll show it. I mean, here, let's just look at the stats here. We're only 16 seconds slower than consensus on that. Actually, it's faster average speed. Distance sailed slightly higher, 3/10, and that was up here, and they're far enough ahead when we get up to that point. Probably there was a wind shift they got and we didn't. But we faster here. Lickety goes early. And they got more of that header. So the difference here, I mean, yes, we're ahead of them, but we're much closer to the finish than they are. So by the time they tack here, they've got this whole length to sail in a header, where we only had that much to sail in the header. And of course we had those awesome moves here. If you remember that Chummy was coming in. Oop. And they were coming in here, and that's where we tacked on them right there. And then I believe was it Lickety that we tacked on as well. That's right, I think. No, it was a different boat. All right. So looking over the stats here. So again, because that's one of the top boats, so just kind of giving a comparison here. You know, they did 40 minutes, 47 seconds. We were 43:22. So just under 3 minutes different for the total sail. You know, distance adds up, so they got a good pushing nearly half a mile difference in sail here. So that's a chunk. Our average speed was higher. I think a couple of times they were focusing more on point than speed. But let's look through the laps here. So again, start lines kind of depend on where it was set, but you know, they were a little bit more on the start, but we chose to do second row and tack right away, which I still think was probably the good move. Oops. First upwind. Yeah, they definitely got us there. 6 minutes 3 seconds versus 7 minutes. Definitely different distance sailed on there. We were faster or more of it. They had this big duck here. That's probably what hurt them. Downwind, not much in it. Actually, we were faster by 10 seconds, 11 seconds here. Exactly the same distance sailed, and we sailed faster. So nice, nice, nice. Upwind. Leg 3, yep. So, yeah, 30 seconds difference in speed, in time, more distance sailed, slightly higher average speed. Like 4, they beat us there by 30 seconds. So that's the one, if I remember right. Yeah, we sailed wide. Not sure why we did that, but we did. Like 5 upwind. Yeah, slower. Yeah, here they really opted for a high slow mode. It seems like that's a monster difference in average speed. Surprising that they must have sailed a lot less distance. Go back and look at that. I don't know if we can here. Yeah, you can see it here. Just their course versus ours. Now, they were sailing on the wind. Wind was really shifted over, so we had this really long slog into the header where they went immediately, and you can just see the angle there. It's just night and day different, even if they were slower. Who knows if that's really accurate. Like 6 downwind. We back up a little bit so we can get consensus on there. That one. That's when we were right on the money with them. And last upwind. Back up to get their track in here. I think the big difference here is just the separation, and who knows if that's, wind was slightly different for when they went through versus us. Our speed's good. But yeah, we said mostly the same track. We went to here instead, but that's that split of that angle. But we did really good, only 16 seconds different, so that's pretty sweet there. So overall, gang, I think we had a fun night. Looking forward to Star of the North. Hope we get to do some of this after each day on Star of the North to break it down. And let's have a good end to the season.